Need computer training for a group or office? Contact us today to get a free demo of our training at www.teachucomp.com/enterprise-licensing.
OneNote provides you with the ability to quickly identify and correct misspelled words in your notes. The spelling feature works by identifying words in your notes that it thinks are misspelled and then comparing the words within the note to an internal dictionary. As you type, you may notice that a red wavy line appears under some words in your note. These are words that Microsoft OneNote thinks might be misspelled. Like that. Now the second function of the spelling feature allows you to invoke what's called the spelling pane. You can do this by clicking the spelling button in the spelling group on the Review tab in the ribbon. Click on the Review tab, look in the spelling group here on the far left, and then click the spelling button. And the spelling pane will open on the right-hand side of the screen. You'll then step through your document from your insertion mark downward through the document, identifying misspelled words. OneNote will then display the errors in the spelling pane with a selection of words that it thinks you meant to type in the Suggestions list box. You can click on one of these words to select it and then click the Change button to make the change. So we have our choices down here. Sources is what we meant to type in, and so that would be our first choice. You could click that and you could click the Change button and it would make the change over in our note. Now what if the word that OneNote thinks is misspelled is truly spelled correctly? I'm sure you've seen this before in other applications. It happens sometimes with proper names and technical terms. In this case, you can select to ignore the word by clicking the Ignore button in the spelling pane, right there. Now, if OneNote misidentifies a word as misspelled when it's not, and you use the word frequently, such as a company name, you can click the Add button in the spelling pane, which is called Add to Dictionary in 2010, to add the selected word to the Microsoft Internal Dictionary, which is shared by the other Office applications installed on your computer. Now in the future, OneNote will not identify the added word as a misspelling in your notes. So you can click that Add button right there if you like. Be careful if you do that. If I were to do that here, I would actually be adding a misspelled word to the dictionary. So if I ever misspelled it like that again, it wouldn't catch it because I've added it to the dictionary because it now thinks then that it's a real word. Now OneNote not only identifies misspelled words, but also identifies oddly capitalized words. So let's take a look at this. Let's go ahead and make this change. We'll click OK. And this time we'll add another bullet point here. And you'll see now that we have an oddly capitalized word. This sometimes just happens as a typo. Maybe you have your finger on the wrong key or what have you. I'm sure we've all typed something that looks like this and maybe not caught it with our eye. Well, OneNote will catch those words that are oddly capitalized. Now, however, it is only a tool to assist you in editing and proofreading your notes. It's not a substitute for your own editing, of course. Now, one other way to easily fix spelling errors is to right-click on any misspelled word when it's identified. Let's go ahead and try this. And when you do, you will see a list pop up like we see here. Now, at the top of the menu that OneNote displays, you'll see a few of the same spelling options we've just explored. You can select to accept a suggested replacement word, ignore the word, add it to the dictionary, and you can even click the spelling button to launch the spelling pane. We'll explore some of the other features of this menu a little bit later in the course, but if we see the word correctly spelled, We can click on it and it will make that change, and we don't have to go through the spelling pane to make that quick change.
Like what you see? Get a free demo of our training for groups of 5 or more at www.teachucomp.com/enterprise-licensing.